What exactly is cottage style? How can I spot the different variations of cottage styles? Is it possible to mix and match different cottage styles successfully? These questions and many more will be answered in today's video as we begin by studying the roots of the country cottage style and the commonly seen cottage style variations that have developed. Hi friend, if we haven't met, my name is Rachel from the blog StoneCottageHome.com, where we cultivate the art of home. Today I'm sharing a topic with you that I am fascinated in and passionate about. You and I will be exploring the common elements that make up the English cottage style and the other popular cottage style variations. Stick around to the end of the video where I will share with you why all of this matters, plus my top design tip that applies to every cottage style variation. Here are a couple of your cottage style questions. Miss Catherine says, I would love to learn more about the different branches of cottage style. I'm currently slowly moving from my older style and entering an odd transition where I really don't know what I like. I am really attracted to the old world cottage style, but there are different elements that inspire me coming from other directions. If I try blending everything together, it looks something like Victorian Tasha Tudor meets Colonial Hobbit in English Cottage for Downton Abbey tea time in the servants' room. A bit of a mess, as you can imagine. I would love to know the differences between all the types of cottage styles and the key elements that define each style. Whenever I go to the thrift or antique store, I always end up buying nothing because I get overwhelmed by all the completely different styles I like. Then Miss Connie says, I've just found you on YouTube and I was looking for inspiration for a redo of my bedroom. I love all the cottage decor, but don't know how to determine which I want to go with. Can you do a mix and make it all live well together? I think I'm leaning towards English cottage. I have started to collect things, art, trinket, fabrics, and even found a couple rolls of wallpaper that I want to add. How many different patterns can you use in a room? And how can I use French provincial in an English cottage design? I want to thank all of you for your feedback in a previous video, which helped me to create this one, and I hope this visit will answer many of your cottage design questions. The English cottage styles we see today were descended from the traditional English country or manor house. The manor was formal, using grand proportions, expensive materials, symmetry, and objects gathered from worldwide travels. Think elaborate showrooms with jacquard wallpaper, high ceilings, ornate moldings, and fancy drapes. On this scene enter American interior designer Nancy Lancaster and English designer John Fowler. The collaboration of this pair resulted in the birth of the English cottage styles we know today. The English cottage style pulls more strongly from the original English manor style than the other cottage styles do. There's a sense of history about the artwork, the furniture, and the decor items, which comes across pretty effortlessly since these pieces have the history of being passed down from generation to generation. The greatest difference in style between the English manor house and the English cottage is the focus on comfort and livability. The English cottage style is most known for favoring the fullness of stuff, a zealous mixing of color and pattern, and a strong emphasis on personalization and comfort. Friend, are you ready to travel? Let's visit these charming English cottages and learn the basic elements that create this look. Let's step inside.
Cottages are usually small with cozy nooks. In architecture, you will see exposed beams, very little sheetrock or plaster, with most walls being tongue-and-groove brick, stone, or wallpapered. When choosing a color palette, pattern mixing is favored. One way to make sense of the array is to choose all warm or all cool colors.
In an article written by Rose Byram Shaw, published by House and Garden, Miss Rose says, "Of all the styles of decoration that have flourished over the past 50 years, none has been as enduring as that associated with the English country house. Though English country house has never been exclusively English, it was perfected by an American. Its decorative tropes are instantly recognizable. A mixture of antique furnishings, at least one capacious sofa with a generous serving of cushions, rugs, table lamps with fabric shades, and flowers both fresh and recreated in prints and paintings. Antique textiles, a dash of modernity, a flourish of the Orient, and a couple of dogs can be added for extra flavor." Part of this success of this style is its tolerance and flexibility. Unlike minimalism, English country house style embraces wear and tear and doesn't take itself too seriously.
In the drawing room or living room, furniture emphasizes comfort with plush, rolled arm sofas, deep wingbacks, and a liberal sprinkling of throws and cushions. In furnishings, you will see a mixture of styles with antique furniture prevailing. You will see some painted furniture, mixed wood finishes, with most of them being dark wood. Think simple country life in the cottage kitchen. Butcher block countertops, open shelving, exposed beams, tile flooring, and a window overlooking the garden. You will often see the woodwork and trim all painted the same color. This is to combat all of the crazy patterns, as well as unifying and expanding a space. Often in the kitchen or the dining room, you will see a display of the beloved china, as well as the ultimate comfy dining experience on a sofa. Cottage bedrooms are a favored place for wall-to-wall pattern, and generally the color palette is more coordinated. To accommodate evening reading in bed, you will find a little table with somewhere to put your drink, a lamp to read by, and a delicious book. In a cottage, you may find space to be at a premium with the loo snugly tucked up under the eaves. From rustic beams to chic wallpaper or floor-to-ceiling artwork, style still abounds. Artwork is essential in creating the English cottage style. You will see it everywhere and in large doses. Besides books and artwork, the British also enjoy collecting, using, and displaying china.
If you find the English country house or English cottage style to be your cup of tea, then I have some sources to recommend for inspiration. There is a set of books written by Rose Byram Shaw. This one is called The Perfect English Farmhouse. There is also Perfect English. She has another one that is Perfect English Townhouse and Perfect English Cottage. Those books, as well as another book published by the Victoria magazine called Our Hearts Are in England. This book is full of gorgeous illustrations, indoors and out, of the English cottage style. I will have all of these books linked in the description box below. The overall feel of this style is one of rustic romance, a blend that can swing all the way from very fancy and ornate to a faded rustic beauty. In this style, you will see dreamy artwork with gilded frames, furniture with curved lines, and chippy paint.
From the grand chateau to the humble cottage, the French have perfected a gracious, relaxed way of living. Let's visit. In this style of living and decorating, juxtaposition is king. The furniture has curved lines with carved, exposed wooden edges. You may see tufting, as well as the casual slipcover in vintage French grain sacks. French and English cottage styles are sisters, and you will see common elements borrowed back and forth between the two. For a color palette, there are 3 distinct looks from which you can choose. For the older Tuscan style French, you will get deep reds and yellows, as well as cornflower blue. Then there is the pastels, ballet pink and soft blue, followed by the neutrals and whites. In this simple, old-world French kitchen, the range is queen. The French delight in cooking gourmet meals regularly. Open shelving can be seen in kitchens, bathrooms, and chandeliers can be seen in any room. On the left, this dreamy French cottage bedroom is the perfect blend of rugged romance with pink walls, exposed beams, and a floral, curvy headboard. On the right, we have our pale French blue walls, dramatic dark headboard, and toile bedspread that ties the two together. Against the backdrop of whites and creamy neutrals, the soft French blue is serene, perfectly accented with gold and a crystal chandelier. French fabrics, while used simply, can be sumptuous satin, velvet, jacquard, toile, and historical tapestry. Often these fabrics are gently faded or tattered, contributing to the faded beauty of this style. Besides elaborate chandeliers, another trademark of French cottage style decorating is copper. Just look at that tub. To put French country cottage into words, faded glamour comes to mind. To put French country cottage into an outfit, think of a rugged denim jacket with an antique lace skirt. When you are contemplating mixing cottage styles, think of them as a bridge, since it is more the lifestyle than the decor that creates this look. Focus on what is functional and comfortable. Comfort, function, and a cohesive color palette will help you to blend any of the cottage styles you're looking at. In our English cottage guest bedroom, you see a French provincial dresser and French settee mixed beautifully.
If the French cottage style makes your heart sing, I would recommend this book called French Country Cottage by Courtney Allison. It is full, again, of beautiful illustrations and lots of inspiration. She also covers how she decorates her cottage for autumn and Christmas, as well as going into the particulars of the elements of the French country cottage style. Miss Courtney also has a blog by the same name. I will have this book and her blog linked for you in the description box below.
Here are a couple more gorgeous books for French cottage decor inspiration. These will also be linked for you.
For the coastal cottage style, think simple, serene, light, bright, and casual. The focus with this style is on being outdoors or bringing the outdoors in. The decor for coastal cottage is generally unfussy, more minimal, highly functional, and focuses on natural elements.
Let's visit a coastal country cottage. The coastal cottage has a carefree, laid-back feeling. Typical soft furnishings include casual rolled-arm sofas in slipcovers, deep, comfy armchairs, and wooden farmhouse tables in natural or raw wood finishes. For the color palette, think natural, neutral, light and bright with a clear seaside flavor in blues, grays, greens, sand, and creams. In the kitchen, simplicity is favored, with streamlined decor providing a sense of calm. Charming stairwells and hallways also reflect the coastal theme. Coastal cottage architecture reflects natural elements such as exposed beams in raw or painted wood, natural finishes on wood flooring, stone accent walls, and loads of windows. Tucked up under the eaves in the cozy cottage bedrooms, you will see the color palettes of greens, blues, and creams carried through with lots of wicker accents. In these next few pictures of coastal bed and bath, you can see a definite mixture of the coastal style with English style through wallpaper and beadboard. Cool, watery tones of the tile and white backdrop are warmed with natural wood and brass fixtures. In hard furnishings, you'll see naturally finished, raw, or weathered woods as well as chippy paint. There is still plenty of room for cheerful color through art collections. Other coastal cottage collections would include vintage textiles, antique ironstone, vintage dishware, baskets, and other natural elements that will blur the lines of the indoor-outdoor living.
If you love the serene simplicity of the coastal cottage style, you might enjoy this book by Country Living called Decorating with White. It has beautiful illustrations in very cottagey styles. Again, I have linked all these books for you in the description box below. Now, if you like the look of the cottage style, but it just feels a little bit full, a little bit cluttered to you, then the modern cottage might be exactly what you are looking for. This look, as the name suggests, is a more recent variation of the cottage styles and sports clean, minimal lines. The color palettes are either neutral or strongly contrasting, and often the architecture is the pronounced statement in the room. Of all the cottage styles, this one is the most pared down, and one where a modern farmhouse lover could easily merge into a more cottagey look.
All right, friends, this is our last stop. Let's step inside. In the modern cottage, the color palette can swing one of two ways, either incredibly neutral using a true white or very bold and dramatic. These color choices can lend a vintage, moody air to the room with punctuations of black. In the modern cottage, the open floor plan concept is more prevalent, with higher ceilings and exposed beams creating sharp angles. An injection of personality is seen in this kitchen with a deep emerald green, while a soft taupey color softens this kitchen along with handmade-looking tiles. Simple sophistication defines the bedroom with only the essentials at hand, while a daring use of color can create drama. Light fixtures can play a large role as the statement piece in the room. Overhead pendants in glass or metal are often oversized and sculptural. Aesthetically, the modern cottage blends well with farmhouse, a sprinkling of boho, and old-world European flavors. If modern cottage defines your taste, the best inspiration I have found online is StudioMcGee.com. Modern cottage decor is often kept to an orderly minimum and is usually seen in a monochromatic color palette. Friend, I enjoyed walking through these cottages with you today. If you're looking for more cottage-style inspiration, check out my Pinterest boards. And now, as promised, let's discuss why this matters.
Why does interior design matter? It is from our homes that we venture out into the world. Then we return for rest, for refuge, and when we share our homes, we rejoice with friends and family. By cultivating the art of a specific style in our homes, we create an atmosphere of calm, comfort, and intention. By establishing the why and how our home reflects the needs and tastes of our family, We create a place of refuge where people are safe, where they can rejuvenate and grow. By learning the elements of your style, you gain focus. You can search for particular pieces that create the feeling your style evokes while gaining the function that best serves your family. Now, as promised, it is time for my all-time best cottage style decor tip. But really, it applies to any interior design style, and that is create comfort. The function of your home is more important than how it looks. You use your home first, and when it functions well, you enjoy your home. Take careful note of how you and your family live in your home and look for ways to make it more comfortable and ways that it can function more smoothly, and then make it pretty. Thank you for stopping by to visit today. It was a pleasure having you here. If you enjoyed your visit, I invite you to subscribe and leave a comment below sharing with me what you found to be most helpful. I'm already looking forward to our next visit. Until then, take care.